All right, it's your boy DT Burdett back at it again. We're going to do something a little bit different. Along with the reviews, I'm going to start doing recaps of the show. This is going to be like a podcast / rant form. So I'm just going to go off the top of the head because I just finished the episode. The reviews are still going to be coming out week to week and a little bit more in depth, kind of step by step walking you through the episode and what all happened. The recap that I'm doing here, this rant, is just what I think about it. So it's going to be long format. Let me know what you all think about it because I'm confused. So let's just hop straight into it. We are on episode 4 of Lazarus. This is the first season, and we're just going to jump in and talk about episode 4. So to bring us up, we understand that Dr. Skinner had made this drug called Hapna. Hapna essentially makes people happy. It gets away with all their guilt. It gets away with all their worry and misery. And it's a worldwide phenomenon. Dr. Skinner, he was up for essentially the same thing as the Nobel Peace Prize. And after 3 years, he fell off the face of the earth. He was a college guy, very smart, very intelligent, essentially like a world leader type caliber person. He was going to G20 events. He's one of those guys. They compared him to the modern day Einstein. And as we are progressing through the episodes, he ends up telling everybody 3 years post-production of Hapna that it's going to kill everybody in the world. He lets off essentially a YouTube video stating that within 30 days, since it's taken 3 years for the drug to be absorbed inside of your body, that everybody is going to die. And within 30 days, if you do not find him or find a cure, that's going to be the extinction. So Hitler, Mao, everybody times a million. That's what this guy's doing. But he is doing it for a reason. We just don't know yet. On the flip side, the protagonists, we have Axel, Leyland, Christine, and this lady. Axel's a longtime criminal. He gets broken out of jail, and essentially he's part of these mercenaries. Douglas is another one of them. But as we get into episode 4, we see that the gang has essentially found Sam and Dr. 909. Dr. 909 is a hacker, a world famous hacker, and he was following the stocks. He was a big promoter of Hapna, and right before Dr. Skinner made the video, he sold all of his stocks and he became super ultra mega wealthy. The unsung hero in episode 4 and essentially in the whole series is Elaine. She is the hacker. She is the one who set up the cryptocurrency wallet. She is the one who is behind the scenes doing all of the things that make the show hold together. Without her, the show is dumb. It's worthless because everybody else is essentially a foot soldier. Everybody else is a grunt walking around doing grunt things like going to clubs, dressing up. They're not doing anything behind the scenes. You guys remember, Lazarus is set in a futuristic, tech-savvy time frame. It's 2052. They have flying cars. They have these large drones. They have skin tattoos that can be turned on and taken off. All types of crazy things. People are stronger. It's just weird. And without her, this show flops. It's already flopping, and I think it's trash, but especially without Elaine. So Elaine's in the back doing what she does, messing with computers, setting up traps. Dr. 909, who ends up, we find out, is visionary. He is one of he is the premier DJ, and he's the number one hacker. Ironic. He's essentially flying around with Sam, finding girls who are innocent, and essentially they are putting Rufalin inside of their drinks so they can do whatever they want to them. Some real evil, high-tech, billionaire type shit. And that's just going on. And the thing I don't understand about this show is it continues to do, we're only 4 episodes in, and it continues to do the same hot dog, hamburger, taco. Hot dog, hamburger, taco. Hot dog, hamburger, taco. And what I mean by that is they find an input. The input this time was they all had to go to the club. They find Sam and Dr. 909. Miraculously, Dr. 909 makes a purchase of a large stock, ends up being Delta, and that's going to that's going to pay dividends if you watch the review. But Delta Enterprises is this medical stock that is involved in the Hapna and how he's making all of his money. So whenever Hapna was going to flip, he got essentially insider trading, and he was able to capitalize that. What I mean by the hot dog, hamburger, taco is that's their in. So then they find them. They confirm that it's somebody there. Elaine, of course, being the unsung hero, does some imagery calibration, and she finds out that Dr. 909 and DJ Visionary are the same person, and the reason that they can't locate him is because he's flying around being a DJ as his cover. As all this is going on, she tells them, they go to get him, and of course they run away. They're on this crazy high-tech helicopter. Again, Leyland being the genius that he is. It's some low-key Batman and Robin type shit. Like, all of their gear is the best. He's got a drone. He's got a car that drives himself. So they're set up in a position where they really cannot lose. And then Axel, again, hot dog. It's dumb. Axel is told not to do something. Of course, he does the opposite. In this episode, he runs and jumps off a roof, straight Steve Rogers off of Captain America, Winter Soldier, hops onto this helicopter, and he's getting flown around town for like legit 10 minutes. As the helicopter begins to shake him, Leyland's drone catches him, and he is able to acquire a gun during this. And at the very end, they're sitting in this bay. He's talking to Dr. 909 and Sam, and he's like, give me Dr. Skinner. They're like, I don't know who he is. I don't know where he is. It's like, okay, how do you know about the stocks? He's like, oh, well, I sold them. I'm pretty much a double agent. All right. He gives them the data, and then he just jumps on the boat, and they end up apparently drowning, but later on it's confirmed that they just get arrested. So they found the hacker. They found Sam being just a scumbag, and that's what they do. That's what this show does over and over and over again. Again, Axel's this cool guy, this prison, this inmate, all this, that, and the third, but he doesn't listen to anybody. Now, is that part of his shtick? Yes. But it's doing the same thing over and over again. Another thing that happens in here is Axel and Christine, they start to kick it off. Because as they are infiltrating the club, they're trying to figure out about Sam the scumbag. They have to build a rapport. They have to look like they care about each other. They have to look like a couple. And in one of the fight scenes leading up to that, they do some Mr. and Mrs. Smith type shit. Like some Bonnie and Clyde. They're jumping over each other's back. They're holding hands. They're shooting guns. And that's another thing. Out of nowhere, they're vigilantes now. Like, we know that they're bad people. Okay? We understand that. But they're in there for petty crimes. But they shoot like 6 or 7 people. I don't know. The show is truly lost. And I don't know what's going on with the writing. We gotta think. Mappa has classics. But the show is definitely not doing that service. It's not doing it at all. Everybody is monotone. There's no inflection in anybody's voice. And they do that same pattern. Here's an issue. Here's Axel. He's the star. Don't do this. He does it anyway. And he ends up winning. They got the fallback of having these super geniuses in Leyland and the girl Elaine. Without those two, they get away. You know what I mean? I truly just don't understand. I don't know why this got so much hype. I was looking forward to this too. I don't mean to brag and shit all over it, but it's trash. It's not good. All the forums that I'm on, everybody that I speak with, talking to you guys in the comments, everybody thinks the same thing. It is just very, very boring. It's very basic, and I am not enjoying it. Right now, it's like a 2 out of 10 on the scale. The baseline story is you have got to find Dr. Skinner. And I know they're doing some legit detective work. It is some CIA, CSI, true detective action, but it is just not well done. Another thing about the show that I'm not really enjoying is I know we are spoiled in 2025 with Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, even at the tail end, Attack on Titan, Chainsaw Man. We've got all these classics that are coming out, and the transition, the imagery, the visuals, the sound cues, all of that plays a part. You do not have to do that. Like, you have different animes like shonens. You have like the Death Note series. You got all these slower, like Dangers in My Heart, that didn't have fast transitions. Frieren, it didn't have fast transition. It was a nice, slow anime. So you do not have to have it. But if you're going to have an action mystery type of show, it needs to have those characteristics or it is going to fall off. I don't know what they're doing, but they need to fix it because this is truly is just shit. Long story short, it is just shit. But that is the recap. We're going to do this on every single episode. We're also going to do this with other animes. Let me know what you all think about episode 4 or Lazarus as a whole. Again, I was really hyped for it. It has a very good concept on paper, but they're not bringing it to life. Each episode, I'm praying that it gets a little bit better. Episode 2 was the worst episode of all time. Nobody And I mean, nobody can tell me anything different. Episode 3, very slow, but they're building into the story. Episode 4, this was the most action they've had since the premiere. This is the most action they've had since the hook to try to get you to stick around. And once I'm invested in anime, I'm going to finish it, even though it does suck. But this is just another nail in the coffin to Lazarus. So that's the recap. That's episode 4. Episode 5 is going to drop next Sunday. So the following Monday, you will get the review, and then you will get the recap in this long format rant version. Tell me what you thought about it. Comment on any of my talking points on the review or the recap, and I will see you guys on episode 5.